Alright, welcome back guys. I have taken a much needed break after that 88 restore project. Today I'm going to be working on the 88 CRX right here because I do plan on taking it to Classic Hondas on the Dragon. First weekend in October at Tale of the Dragon. Definitely check out their Facebook page. It's something that you should go to if you have a classic Honda. I was originally planning on taking the ITR over here, but I found out that this is the year of the EF chassis feature, so I will be taking the CRX like I did the past 2 years. I do want to do a little bit of work on the car. It's ready for the most part. I just want to do an upgrade on it. This thing does have the rear sway bar, the factory rear sway bar. I do plan on upgrading that with the Progres Tech 22mm sway bar and rear subframe brace. Last year driving this, it felt like it was wanting to push around the corners a little bit, the front end. So I'm hoping that this rear sway bar will tighten up that rear end a little bit, allow it to swing out just a little bit to just balance the car. I'm not really sure how much it's going to affect it. It may not affect it much, but I'm going to give it a shot. It wasn't super expensive. The Progress Tech is a sway bar that's a little bit cheaper than the ASR rear sway bar and the subframe brace, so we're going to give that a shot. This does have the Raceland Ultimo coilovers on it for an EG, so it's got the EG front forks on it and the EG rear lower control arms. I'll eventually upgrade that, but I do not plan on upgrading it in time for Classic Hondas on the Dragon, so we're going to see how the rear sway bar affects it. So let's check this out and get into it. there it is. The sway bar and the subframe brace install is complete. It really wasn't too bad. The hardest thing is just doing everything in the right order, getting the bolts in there in the right order and tighten everything down in sequence. That way the suspension is loaded whenever you do it. I had to go back a couple of times and make sure that the bolts were loosened because I had already tightened them up. So just read through the instructions before you install it if you do install one of these sway bar kits. It looks really nice. I have not taken it out for a drive yet. I don't have time in today's video to do that, but I will be doing that pretty soon just to get a feel, make sure this thing isn't popping or creaking, anything like that, that there's no interference with the suspension. Everything looked like it had a lot of room in there, so I'm not too worried about it. I got the exhaust installed again. Everything sounds good, no exhaust leaks. Now the ITR over here, I am considering selling it. I've got it posted for sale right now. Just give me a message on Instagram. I'm really thinking about upgrading a couple of cars here. The ITR and the STI that I have are both for sale. I'm looking to consolidate, get rid of a couple of extra cars that I rarely drive. I love this car, but I haven't really spent a lot of money or attention on it just yet. I just cleaned it up here and there, and I was really going to take a deep dive into it and kind of do a pseudo restoration on it. But I have an opportunity here, and I am going to try to take that. So if you're interested in the 97 ITR, send me a message on Instagram. Now on the CRX here, I actually did throw in the European seats here, the ones with the logo. I took out the original seats that are over here. Those are the 88 CRX seats that I reupholstered. I'm going to hang on to those. Those aren't going to be for sale. I really have a hard time finding seats, so I really think the market for seats is going to be going up, and I don't want to let those go right now and then kind of regret that. So I'm going to enjoy these seats here for a little while, and I may eventually sell those. I'm really not sure yet. I love the look of them, so I may just keep them in there. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Stick around. We're going to be continuing to get this thing ready for classic Hondas on the Dragon.